Good afternoon. On behalf of Fort Wayne State University's Wellness Center, the home of the Office of Student Counseling and Outreach Services, I bring you greetings. My name is Alvin Lindsay, and I serve as Director of Outreach. It is my pleasure to welcome you to our HIV/AIDS and substance abuse prevention training. Today you will discover the true meaning behind the words, "It's the thinking, not the drinking," and voices, voices, and the importance of each and every action you take before, during, and after sex in regards to HIV/AIDS prevention. Special thanks to Dr. Peter Benedictus for his creation of the Alcohol Literacy Challenge. Special thanks to the Department of Health and Human Services for their support of our Pride Navigator programming, and the Centers for Disease Control, the proprietor of Voices Voices. Enjoy the training as we support you with guidance on establishing positive and healthy behaviors.
One can showing 5%. That 12 ounces is one standard serving. Back on the previous screen, it specifically asked which cup shows a standard drink of common 80 proof liquor. One standard serving. Cup E shows liquor. For one standard serving of beer, it would be that blue can, 12 ounces. Now the wine goblet or glass in the center, one standard drinking size is 5, or drinking serving size is 5 ounces. Now, here in this picture, this is a 12% alcohol glass of wine. So it would only make sense that when we see on TV the exaggerated behaviors in acting, when it comes to acting, from people actually, women, if you would, and not to sex lock. Men do drink wine as well, but in movies when it's portrayed, usually you see the women at the bars, and when they have their one glass and the half of the next one, it's just very loud, obnoxious, or super talkative and stuff like that. Look at the percentage of alcohol that's coming from their standard 5-ounce serving in comparison to the men. Well, once again, not to sex lock, but yes, I'm going to say it stereotypically right now. The man's is beer or whatnot having only 5%. So it's not them necessarily being hot in the pants, if you would, because that was a part of my male group chats when it would occur, like, oh man, she just throwing herself out there, like she ain't even had that much to drink. Like, but that was before I knew better. Those were the thoughts and the conditioning that I had fallen victim to before I knew better. So yeah, they seemed more active and were frolic more, which wasn't really, it was beyond their control. Their wine was more toxic, if you would, than the beer that I may have had. And then lastly, the distilled spirit or the liquor or the shot glass. One standard serving, as stated in this previous, cup E. Cup E is equal to that 1.5 ounce. That's one standard serving. The fact that they said back here, 80 proof liquor, just something to throw out there, some additional information to kind of throw you off and confuse you. It doesn't matter. Alcohol, when it comes to liquor, the standard serving is the standard serving. No matter what the proof, the standard serving will always be 1.5 ounces. But we do know that with the proof changing, if it increases, then the amount of actual alcohol in that one shot, that specific shot, it's much more potent. That's what that means. But one takeaway the biggest takeaway from this slide right here, somebody, y'all can unmute now at this point, but somebody chime in and tell me what they pick up or can associate between the alcohol, the percentage of alcohol and the proof. Unmute.
Okay, so when you see alcohol, the proof on it, if it says 80% proof, 9 times out of 10 is going to say 40% alcohol. It's usually double of the it's usually double the number of the amount of alcohol.
Okay, so the proof is double the percentage of alcohol. Same,
Yeah.
they mean the same, but it's just two different displays. Correct. Thanks. And this red cup, in the many various presentation styles of it, the bottom line being the liquor line, the next second from the bottom being your wine line. These are just points of reference. Points of reference, and rules of thumbs, just to be aware when we're at parties, or if, because when we're at parties, not all times we have a certified bartender. So that liquor line is pretty much non-existent in any red cup that I personally have ever held. Just point blank bottom line. And in many instances, the wine line is not where my liquor may have stopped either. But this is me at a party that has just somebody mixing our drinks. So be mindful of that. That's several servings. That's way more than one shot. Yes, I knew it, but I was completely aware, and I know my limits, and I'm the adult who will make the best decisions, such as not driving or doing anything irrational thereafter, but always having someone designated to be that lookout, or that good Samaritan, if you would. These right here are just various displays of from various areas of how you can see alcohol presented. The yard, which is something that's more festive at carnivals, Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead, Mardi Gras, Carnival, things of that nature, fairs. The boot, which is more of a Western and Midwestern style drinking utensil, if you would. The pint and the pitcher, which is something I think is worldly as far as bars are concerned, because no matter what setting you see this displayed in, you always see the pitcher present, as well as some form of a pint glass, if you would. Then the double shot and the single shot, and then over to the far bottom right, the malt liquor energy drink. 5 beverages are squeezed into that one can, which is a little bit taller than your 12-ounce can. Well, twice as tall as your 12-ounce can, technically. But 5 standard drinks. Now, 5 standard drinks to squeeze into that can, it's not them putting 5 standard servings of these drinks in there. So they have to increase the potency in other ways. When they increase this potency, it's not because alcohol will only go so far. Excuse me. Other additives are needed, other chemical additives that would further inhibit you. So be mindful of that. Those can cause any type of blockages, clotting, hypertension, strokes, which would cause super nerd, which would ultimately cause your circle of Willis to not perform how it should with the flow of blood up here in your brain. So just things that you can avoid and you should avoid. All right, so now for this word list, y'all, everyone who's present, just hit that unmute right quick and get ready to blurt out some of the words from this list that you do identify with when it comes to word association and alcohol. This can be things you've seen, things you've heard, or things you think if you don't or haven't indulged in alcohol or whatnot. So go ahead and hit that and yell out to me.
Outgoing.
Relax.
Mm-hmm.
Jolly.
Outgoing.
Wild. Goofy.
Nice. Happy.
Dizzy.
Relax.
That's it.
Less nervous. Flow.
Fun.
Content.
Sweet.
Friendly.
Carefree.
Sick,
Loud.
goofy,
Hyper. Not
Content.
chill.
Dizzy.
Smart.
Ready?
All right. So now tell me something.
That's nervous.
Y'all don't
Horny.
give me some things y'all don't see on that list.
Headache.
crazy.
Annoying.
Oh, you know how crazy is it though?
Is annoying up there?
Don't say it horny.
Aggressive.
Blurt it open.
You got annoying.
Annoying, yes.
Flirtatious.
Flirtatious, yes.
Overzealous.
Horny.
Overzealous, horny.
Oh, we heard that, bro.
They want to make sure we hear that one.
Hungry.
Hungry. Okay, cool.
Oh yeah.
Aggressive.
Oh yeah. Yeah, aggressive. Yeah.
Basic.
Say what?
Aggressive.
Aggressive. Okay, yes, aggressive. Some people will become passive.
Yeah.
Some people
Maybe lost.
become
Yeah.
lost.
That's a good one, boy.
Crying. Oh, it's up there.
Cam, you sound like you had some personal
Lost.
revelation for that one.
Nah, it just I done seen a lot.
Hold on, who that is? Cam just lit up. Who said they done seen a lot?
Cam.
Cam.
Oh,
I'm
M.
holding like
Okay, well, we're gonna leave that alone. So with this one, what if you thought of alcohol as prescription drug? So firstly, give me your opinion. Is alcohol a drug?
Yeah.
Yes. Most
Okay.
definitely.
most definitely.
It is. Okay. I can jig with it.
Get intoxicated.
True. Okay, let's hit that mute right quick. We finna listen to this little ad right here. This is just like we kick back at the crib and we watching a whatever it is we watching, Love and Hip Hop or Blood Sport. But yeah, we watching whatever and the commercial come on. So we already know when they selling pills and all these new prescriptions and all that good jazz, they come on and they talking a million miles past 40. This is what it would sound like if we actually heard alcohol presented as the drug that it actually is believed to be, because it is quite addictive.
Feelings of inadequacy? Do you suffer from shyness? Do you sometimes wish you were more assertive? If you answered yes to any of these questions, ask your doctor or pharmacist about tequila. Tequila is the safe, natural way to feel better and more confident about yourself and your actions. Tequila can help ease you out of your shyness and let you tell the world
Whoa.
that you're ready and willing to do just about anything. You'll notice the benefits of tequila almost immediately. And with a regimen of regular doses, you can overcome any obstacles that prevent you from living the life you want to live. Shyness and awkwardness will be a thing of the past, and you'll discover many talents you never knew you had. Stop hiding and start living with tequila. Tequila may not be right for everyone. Women who are pregnant or nursing should not use tequila. However, women who wouldn't mind nursing or becoming pregnant are encouraged to try it. Side effects may include dizziness, nausea, vomiting, incarceration, erotic lustfulness, loss of motor control, loss of clothing, loss of money, loss of virginity, delusions of grandeur, headache, dehydration, dry mouth, and a desire to sing karaoke and play all-night rounds of strip poker, truth or dare, and make it twister. Warning, the consumption of alcohol may make you think you're whispering when you're not, may cause you to tell your friends over and over again that you're in love with them. Without spitting, it may create the illusion that you are tougher, smarter, faster, and better looking than most people, and it may lead you to think people are laughing with you. Alcohol may cause pregnancy, and it also may be a major factor in getting your ass kicked. So what are you waiting for? Stop hiding and start living with tequila.
Okay, questions, comments, concerns, feedback, unmute, let's get it.
Not gonna lie, sounds like I heard it out before on a video from somewhere, but like I'm sorry, it was too funny.
Noted.
That was funny. Cause it said
Nah. They said one of the side effects is loss of virginity. I was like, what?
you get you pregnant.
I guess it's saying like
Is that believed? Loss of virginity, like
Fine.
creating feelings of grandeur, curing shyness.
I mean, if you get drunk enough, you liable to do anything.
You're liable to do anything, but is it curing anything?
Oh no, it's not.
Okay, all that's gonna be temporary. In fact, well, it doesn't necessarily have to be a science or biology major. What is alcohol technically classified as?
Depression.
A who?
Depression.
A depressant. So what the heck does that mean?
You take it when you get depressed. Though.
No. I hear you though. Thanks for being vocal. Unlike your 20, how many we had now? Your 22, 21 other counterparts. Well, I say 20.
Hold up, Phil,
myself
I've
as
been
instance.
active now.
Oh yeah, I'm listening now. I'm still here now.
I tell you, you got to call them out for them to make a joyful noise. Well, talk to me. Oh boy. Okay, Anthony, you can continue to answer the question. I feel like I'm gonna do a major push towards one of them gift cards and where they going. I'm just saying.
I mean, like I guess you can see.
Quick.
I guess you can see that like some people they use different like some people drink to take them out of whatever they're going through. Like let's say like you lose your mom or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You have no way to cope or deal with that. So some people turn to drugs, some people turn to violence. It's just about like how they handle it.
Mm-hmm. All true statements. I see you, Ro. What's up with his hand? You want to come in on to that statement?
Oh, no, I ain't put a hand up. I think that was from earlier.
Oh, okay. So you saying I've been ignoring you?
Nah, that was when you had said do it and everybody did it. Like,
okay. Yeah.
Is it to like
hit me, Braylon?
Isn't it like to calm you down?
Well, it does as a depressant. Depressants, they do bring you down. So thanks, Anthony, for sharing. But yes, Braylon, it's a depressant. So we take it and we think we all the way up, when in the actual reality, it's slowing things down. You know, it's taking things, instead of bringing things into perspective, it takes things out.
And it's like when you come back down from being drunk or high, you still gonna feel the exact same way you was before.
Exactly.
Before you started drinking or whatever.
So what is it fixed?
Nothing.
A moment.
It's just giving you that temporary escape of denial of what actually is. But a lot of that is associated with, reeling it back in, how we've been conditioned to think, what we're used to seeing as a normal behavior. Go back to my last use of the word normal, when in the last part of the presentation, when it was the two guys and it was the gas, like that wasn't normal. But why isn't it? So let's normalize everything so that we can actually have the true expectancies, which I'm getting ahead of myself, versus the untrue myths that they are selling us. Because just like you're seeing on the screen right now with this Bacardi ad that's right here on screen, what about downing is what's downing about this picture? What's depressing about this picture? Does it look like anybody in this picture that's on the screen now is depressed?
Nah.
Nobody, not now one of them. Not anyone in this Bacardi ad looks depressed. In fact, what are they even looking at? Dexter, hit me.
You threw me off. Well, so from what I can see is they're not even looking at the alcohol. If anything, they're just partying, jumping around.
Mm-hmm. In fact, you don't even see a cup in any of their hands.
Yeah, you don't see none of that.
It's like they just threw the bottle in there just to be
I feel like what the average, this is Dexter talking.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you can see me, but
yeah, I see you.
Okay. So I feel like with this ad, what they do is they want to promote all the alcohol, but you know, from this ad, they didn't, no cups, like you said, no cups. They're not even looking at the alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's kind of letting the young people know that, hey, you know, see this alcohol, if you buy it, you drink it, you could be having fun like them.
Same amount of fun. You're gonna get this same experience. You're gonna have this same feeling. But is that true?
No.
Everybody's different.
In that aspect, are we all the same?
No, everybody's different.
Okay.
To piggyback off of what Dexter was saying. Oh, this is Javon, by the way.
Okay, cool beans.
Piggyback off of what he was saying. Basically, in the picture is, or in reality, when you're drinking Bacardi or when you're drinking any type of alcohol, you don't look like these people in the picture. You're more so down or drowsy or whatever. Like unless you're like at a party, but even at a party, your eyes are dilated. You know, if you're doing this or whatever. But in the picture, they're trying to promote basically. Okay, so if you drink alcohol, this is exactly what you're gonna look like. You're gonna have fun. It's gonna make you feel some type of way. All happy or whatever. So, but in reality, it's actually not. It's actually it's not the opposite. But if you're by yourself drinking, you're not gonna feel like this. You're gonna feel like something else. Whatever problem you're dealing with, or if you're dealing with a problem, if you're drinking alcohol, the problem is just going to just present itself even more, and you're going to become more emotional. But if you're doing it as just a fun tactic, you're just going to be all over the place.
Okay. I can agree with some of it in part. To the point of speaking on it and piggybacking off of it to add to, if you would. So yeah, it will flow back to how we were conditioned and with each individual's experience as far as their effects and the feelings that are going to be associated with it. So let us flow on through, because we're coming up to what these are actually leading to. So for a quick little round of blurts, y'all finish these statements for me. So go on and hit them unmutes for me. Drinking alcohol makes a person
dizzy.
Happy.
Come on, keep them coming.
Delusional.
Hallucinate. Need about 5 more.
Blackout.
Forgetful.
Loud.
Forgetful. Loud.
Crazy.
Grudgeful.
Emotional.
Thank you guys. Flowing right on it. Here we are at the gusto. The physical effects and expectancy. Who wants to take the physical effects for me? And for sake of wording, look at my mouth right quick. Pharmacological and biological. Pharmacological. So hit me. Who's gonna take that away from me?
I'll do it.
Hit me.
Direct pharmacological or biological effects of a drug.
Okay, let's see. I ain't gonna call no names. Ro, tell me what that means to you. What you doing? Getting steps in? Oh, now you want to disappear out the screen on me, Ro. Okay. Let's go for it. Are you with me, Sharif? Sharif, you there? Okay. Jordan, I just saw your sound reconnecting. You with me? No, it won't let me unmute you, so you're not with me. It's still probably connecting. Hey, where would y'all go? Hold up. All right, where my control screen? Oh, there we go. All right, Braylon. Well, no, Anthony, you're live.
Braylon having fun right there with that background.
I was trying to find one.
Tell me what that means, for you. The physical effects. Braylon down there.
Direct.
The direct pharmacological or biological effects of a drug. Tell me what that means in your words.
I mean, dang, I don't even know. Let me see. Oh, you can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, for sure. Direct the physical effects, I guess like that's doing like the outside of your body. So I guess like, some drugs you lose weight or whatever. Some drugs might make you look older. Some of them make you like smaller as in height.
Okay. So I see you with the word association with physical. So the things that we can see, that's what I
like
take
the
away
physical
from what you're
features.
saying. All right.
My bad. My phone's messing up. I heard you called me though.
Oh, you good, Chief.
Yeah.
For expectancy effects, Dexter, hit me. You can read the definition for me.
Okay. Oh, you want me to read it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Affects people associated associate with the drug, whether or not the drug actually causes this effect.
Okay. Ro, tell me what's your interpretation of that definition? What is that? What in your words? What does that mean? Expectancy effects.
It's like you're thinking, you already got in your mind that this drug is gonna do this, whether or not it's the real thing or whether or not it's something else that you think it might not be, but you're already in your head having a thought that you might be this high or this drunk or this you might be under this much.
Okay. Thank you. Anybody disagree? Add to? Anybody wishing to add to? Okay, cool beans. So the physical effects are the things that are definite, that we're destined for or are destined for us. The things that we can't change, the things that are just gonna go and run its course regardless of what we can try to do to alleviate it or shorten it or end it or fix it. The expectancies are just that, though I hate using the word itself in its definition, but we'll take the root expect or we'll say to look forward to something. So we're looking forward to something happening because of what others have said is supposed to or is going to, or what our experience has shown us is going to happen versus what may actually be taking place. The physical is what's going to actually be taking place, the real, the truth. The expectancy, those can be all lies, myths, and untrue.
So
I'm so high, I was sitting on clouds.
Say that again.
So a person can say, I'm so high, I was sitting on clouds. You decide to say you ain't high like them.
Well, I would need them to use more descriptors.
Right.
Because that's still very broad for me. Who else had chimed in?
So I had a question. So you know how you saying about the expectations and the physical. So you could say that you about to go to a party, whatever, and you expecting all these things that you are gonna get from when you drink.
So now in applying your question, point out some of the words on this current screen that I'm sharing that are going to be associated with what you're looking to experience at that party.
Okay, well, say this: if I plan on going out drinking and everything, and it's like maybe my first time or whatever, and I expect to be more fun and happy and outgoing.
Okay, fun, happy, and outgoing. Okay, that's
then cool. When the physical come in, do those things still add effect to what I expected? Or will the physical just be completely different? Like I could just be falling all over the place and throwing up everywhere. And everything I expected never happened.
Okay, so to answer your question based off this current slide that we're on, you see that friendly is what's circled in red, right? Let's take that red circle and put it around fun. In us doing so, the bigger white circle is still going to be very close to where it is right now. So it's going to include and encompass happy, outgoing, funny, and friendly. What term do you associate that as falling under of the two that we just learned?
Expectations and physical?
That's of those two terms, which one of those two does that fall under?
Well, I mean, I'm assuming friendly. Friendly, I guess, because it's circle. Yeah.
No.
Circle and red.
The two terms, expectancy and physical. Choose one or the other. Which would these terms be considered, an expectancy or a physical effect?
Well, expecting, I'm assuming, I guess for me, what I think it would probably be fun.
Well, no.
Wait, where are you at?
All of these are going to be the same.
Okay.
All those are the same. So you said expectancy, and you were right. these are all expectancies. The continuation of your question was about the reality of what was and will happen. You see the next red circle, right?
Right, sick, right.
So sick, even if we don't want to put it on sick, if we know when we're drinking, we become obnoxious, or talkative, or a drunken stupor, if you will. So we're stupid or loud and forgetful, the things that are associated with behaving belligerently. So if we move that red circle from sick to loud, this white circle is just going to follow. And instead of sleepy and dizzy being in there, we would have crazy, forgetful, loud, but still sleepy and dizzy is in our spectrum. It's in our corner over there. Those are all physical. So that's your reality. Your reality is on the left side of the screen. While we're going out, we're looking for what's on the right side of the screen. That's what we're expecting.
Okay.
All right. This next page, this screen, what is it conveying as far as the effects of drinking in this ad? The impression is if we're looking through the drunken goggles on here.
I guess like it make people look better as time goes on. Like as the more you drink.
So
and like the more you drink, yeah.
So as we're becoming more and more depressed, because that's what the alcohol is doing, it's depressing us. It's pulling and tugging a slow trickle down a dark alley as we introduce more and more alcohol, because we only can accomplish the actual true buzz and feeling of euphoria, if you would, at a very specific level. And we're going to get to that. But they clearly exceeded it as they got closer to the 1 a.m. mark according to this actual ad right here. At 8 o'clock, they entered looking one type of way. At 2 hours later, clearly alcohol has been presented and introduced. The look is slightly different. And then a few more hours later, the look is drastically different than what they entered looking like. So yes, that simply conveys that alcohol can disorient you. It will throw your judgment off. You can make some serious errors when you're under the influence, including who you decide to sleep with and what you decide to do when you do sleep with the person under the influence. Even though you may feel that your senses are heightened and you're getting more of the feeling, that's not the case. You're opening yourself up to more communicable diseases, more risks. When you can enter it in a sober mind, in a more settled state and mindset, and actually accomplish what it is that you would like to accomplish as adults. So just be mindful of the amount that you will take in. And even with that statement from me, we're all, well, the majority of us, I'm not sure if any of us have gone home to out of state or whatnot, but we're all in the state of Georgia. The majority of us are in the state of Georgia. So once we've taken that first drink, consent is out the window. It's no longer present. Somebody workout plan.
Oh, no, I was running up the stairs. I had went running while you was while I was on mute.
Oh, I noticed. So yes, this next ad is the bar lab scene where 13 students, I think, were taken and put in a simulated bar, in an actual bar, where the actual researchers went in and had orders already pre-placed for non-alcoholic beverages. But the theme of it is the thinking, not the drinking, which focuses on what we've been talking about, which really are the mental aspects of things versus what we've been taught and what we've been conditioned into seeing as far as the effects of alcohol.
We're with college students at Kelly's Brew Pub on historic Route 66 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The students are participating in an experiment to show how mental beliefs cause most of the good effects associated with drinking.
Lots of people think they have to have alcohol to get these effects, but the truth is you can get all the good effects of drinking without alcohol.
The students didn't know what the experiment was really about. They were simply told they were helping with a video about social interactions in a bar. Each student was served several beers, but here's the trick. Only 3 of the 12 students were drinking alcohol. The rest had non-alcoholic beer. Watch what happened. They started off with awkward small talk, but soon began acting wild and having fun. Their symptoms of drunkenness were real. The students weren't pretending. They acted drunk, but it wasn't alcohol that caused them to have fun.
The placebo effect is well documented in medicine. It's simple classical conditioning. Remember Pavlov's dog? Every time he'd feed his dogs, he'd ring a bell. And then after a while, he'd come back and ring the bell, and the dogs would start to salivate, even though there was no food.
The same kind of conditioning works in people. If someone in a bar setting is given a drink, their body will start reacting like they've had alcohol.
Okay, how many of you had fun? Great, cool. Okay. How many of you had as much fun as you'd normally have at a night drinking at the bar? Raise your hand. You had more fun.
The students used a breathalyzer to find out who really drank alcohol.
I felt happy.
Great, thank
Yeah.
you so much. How did you feel when we were drinking?
Like I was having fun.
You said you were drinking, right?
Yeah. Oh, so that's surprising. Pretty funky, a little bit groovy, happy. At least I won't be hungover now.
Once people realize they can get all the positive effects without alcohol, they start to figure out that they don't need to drink as much or even drink at all to get the positive social effects of drinking.
It's the thinking, not the drinking, that causes most of the good effects attributed to alcohol.
Okay, how do we feel about that? It's the thinking, not the drinking. Talk to me.
I mean, you could see, like, I guess they were under it, because, I guess they're told that, it's going to be alcohol in here or whatever, so have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So they were anticipating or having expecting, all right, we finna have more fun than usual because of the alcohol. So I feel like they were faking it.
Huh? You feel like they were faking it because they were told alcohol was gonna be
But
present?
it's basically, never mind. I'm gonna shut up.
No. You got to be able to defend. Come on.
Oh, all right. So what I was thinking was, how they said like some of the drinks in the room was alcohol or whatever.
But
so,
that's only what we know. As they were commentating, so the participants didn't know this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they went. Didn't they tell the participants that there's gonna be alcohol in there, like in the cups or whatever at the party, whatever they was gonna do?
Well, no, they knew that they were going to a bar and that it was for class. So it was a controlled experiment set up, but they didn't know ahead of time that we're gonna be getting virgin. Some of us gonna get virgin drinks, and some of us gonna have alcohol. They all were under the impression upon entry that they all were drinking alcoholic beverages.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like they were, yeah. But like how you said, the expectation and all,
expectancy. Mm-hmm. You good?
Expectancy and all of that. Like that's what I was trying to say. Like they were, like how you said, happy and all of that. That's like you're expecting to feel like that after you're done drinking.
Well, I mean, not necessarily after you're done drinking. You did also witness the games that they were playing. So they were extra happy because that was a nice social outing where we played beer pong. We actually had fun. It wasn't no fights. It wasn't no BS. Nobody got to fussing. Nobody got to fighting. I see you, Ro. So yeah, that was a good night. So don't overthink it to the point of it was so simulated that it's fake. That it was leaked. They knew something was up. It's just like, well, the story that I usually tell with this video and it really being the thinking, not the drinking. When I was a kid, middle school age, had white neighbors. My white friend Roger He lived with his grandparents. One was a sheriff deputy and the other one was the city manager. They invited me out to dinner one night with them, but away from their house, like to a restaurant. Well, we went to the restaurant and they had a drink list, and on the drink list it had
I'm not going everywhere.
it had virgin alcohols or virgin beverages listed, but it was with and in the alcohol section. So Roger and I, 12 and 13, we thinking like, oh snap, we can order from here, this part of the menu. We know we ain't supposed to order from this part of the menu, but it was a beverage listed on there, but it was a virgin beer. It came out in a beer bottle. It was labeled like the other beer bottles. They popped the top and it did the like beer bottles, but it definitely wasn't a root beer. I knew that for a fact. It was listed amongst the other beers. It just had virgin in parentheses next. I was too young and it hadn't been explained to me what virgin meant, that there was no alcohol in it, but it tastes like the real thing, if you would. Just like Heineken, I think, has released a virgin drink at this point, and they've even began marketing and advertising it with the people getting pulled over by the cops. And the dude shows them that it's a virgin bottle of beer. So technically, you saw me drinking from this beer bottle, but haha, false alarm, it's not even beer. There's no alcohol in it. I understand it, but it's creating turmoil or whatnot, if you would. But to get back on task, on subject, I didn't know. So after we drank our bottles of beer, we was in that thing having a hallelujah good time, like just ha ha ha, just real loud and obnoxious kids. And the other folks around us, I think they knew, of course, that it was virgin beers and stuff. So they were just sitting there they were just laughing and chuckling with us. But these were adults, so it was more so like they were laughing at the fact that we thought we were drunk. And I felt that I've been brought out by two responsible adults who let me drink. I'm drinking with the sheriff. Who gonna check me? So when we got back home, that was when I learned, because they called back to the house when I was like, well, okay, I'm fixing to walk home if I can make it. Even though it was just across the street. They knew that, like, you tripping, that we're gonna call your mom and let her know that you're on the way. So they called my mom, and by the time I walked in the house, she was like, boy, you ain't been, she was like, I was like, oh, mom, tonight was great. I got drunk, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Boy, them folks ain't hardly let you drink no real alcohol. Those all were alcohol-less drinks. They were virgin drinks, and she explained what a virgin drink was to me, and at that point, I knew, even though I felt like I was under influence and was just as excited as all those other people. Like, if you go into it without the expectancy of someone trying to pull wool over your eyes, we can all fall suspect or fall victim to the experiment, if you would, because we're not expecting it. We just know we're drinking. This right here, I'm push it on along and through, because we've indulged like quite a bit with the knowledge. So the myth list and then our truth list. Happy, friendly, fun, outgoing, funny. We've already visited that on the previous slide with the word associations. The same as buzzed, slow, dizzy, loss of judgment, nauseous, and blackout. The blackout, nauseous, loss of judgment, dizziness, slowness, buzzed, those are the physical effects. Those are the things that once they begin its course, excuse me, they're gonna run and complete their course. There's nothing that can be done to stop it. There's nothing that can be done to reverse it. I don't care how much you hydrate. I don't care how much coffee you drink. I don't care how much bread you put on your stomach on top of it. I don't care how many times you puke. You will receive instant relief after puking, but that which has been already worked and absorbed into your bloodstream and processed by your liver is going to continue to run its course and do what it do. As far as the green arrow up, that's what we're looking forward to. That's what we're thinking and hoping for. That's what we are expecting. We're expecting to be happy. We're expecting to be friendly. We're expecting to have fun. We're expecting to be outgoing. We're expecting to be funny. If you look at the number list that's going up the far left side, that would be your drinking and sitting reference. So take each one of those numbers, consider it to be a drink, while at the same time, consider it to be an hour. alcohol burns into or is processed by your liver at the rate of a half an ounce per hour. So already, if you're taking a shot, 1 1/2 ounce, 1/2 an ounce is only 1/3 of the complete standard serving shot. So it's going to take how many hours for that one shot to actually be absorbed, processed, burned into our blood, if you would, or by our liver? Like, that's going to take how many hours? 3 for that one shot. How many times have we had that red cup and we know more than one shot of whatever one of the alcohols are is far beyond more than one shot? Me personally, I'm of age. I'm a Long Island iced tea type guy. So we already know, if you know the recipe or have any type of knowledge of it, there are about 5 to 6 different types of alcohols, shots of them, 5 or 6 different shots and types of alcohol that are going into that one Long Island iced tea. Now, that I'm not saying it to brag, but I'm just saying it to be real and to share with you the reality of one mixed drink, even in a controlled setting with a professional licensed bartender, and where it can have you. So in knowing your limits, knowing your tolerance, knowing how you respond and react to alcohol, that's something that you definitely want to stay ahead of. But you firstly want to make sure that you're of age to be able to indulge, because we want to keep it as legal and legit as possible. All right, unmute and tell me what y'all saw. I'm listening.
Talks about what you just said about Toyota.
I'm listening. Who this is?
Pepsi.
Who
Taco
this is?
Bell.
Identify yourself.
Dwayne Thomas.
Okay. Mr. Thomas. Who you with? Who you saw?
I think Toyota. If I'm not mistaken, Taco Bell. Well, I'm just hungry.
I think I saw
I want to
Apple.
say Apple too. Yeah, Apple.
And McDonald's. I saw McDonald's.
Okay.
Yeah, that is McDonald's.
What we have on that?
BMW.
Ferrari.
We already done hit that
Crown
one.
Royal.
You said Crown Royal. What else was that?
I'm still looking at the page with Taco Bell and Apple.
I know.
Yeah, that's no. He flipped it back.
I know.
I ain't even look. I saw it, but I ain't see it, bro. All right,
I think Jose.
I saw Crown
Jose.
Royal.
Who said Jose?
I saw Crown Royal for
Jose
sure.
was
Kenny.
No, that
Somebody
wasn't
blaming it on Ro.
Rose said Jose.
I ain't say that. I ain't say that. I said Crown Royal. Maybe I.
Grey Goose. Is that?
Grey
Or is that
Goose.
Bacardi?
That Bacardi back there.
That's Grey Goose. I don't think so.
That's gin right there. The green.
Let me see if it'll allow me.
I don't drink none of those.
Captain Morgan.
Captain
It's
Morgan
something.
back there. Some
It
gin.
start with a V. I forgot what it is. I think.
I don't know what that one right there though. Wait, you saw this red?
That's some Jack Daniels up top, right?
No, sir. You're where?
Or is that
Oh, the side, the logo. I ain't even see that.
Yeah. Well, actually, Jack Daniels, if you actually look at that, that's actually a belt buckle.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
Oh God.
That's actually a belt buckle.
I'm glad I didn't know that.
That's crazy.
So yeah, let me get us back into that.
I want to get like, you don't even got to. I'm
10 more.
But yeah, the whole point of that is to share like the brand recognition. We're able to identify this like those bottles
4
just from
years
a quick glimpse.
Oh hell no!
I got a question. I know this term.
That new Honda, like I got good credit
Who was that?
versus
This
that
Dwayne.
old Honda, like you gonna rob a nigga who got good credit.
Yeah,
I
Dwayne.
only get a 2016.
No, not Dwayne.
I ain't gonna be flexible.
Okay.
I had a question.
Go ahead.
So with Corona being around, do you think they'll ever close a liquor store?
Say that again.
Since it says spend $5 billion a year on advertising and everything. So do you think it says American Alcohol Company? Okay, so you think they'll close businesses, well, liquor stores due to the coronavirus, or you think that might be the only thing left open?
Oh, let me take these glasses out right quick so you can see the
What did they just post about that?
with these folks putting $5 billion into the marketing, you best believe the top lobbyists in the country are on Capitol Hill making well beyond $1 million a year to make sure that they stay in front of our representatives to make sure and guarantee that does not happen. That will be the last thing. Yes, definitely. The last thing that will be closed. Because if they do close them, they will have to be guarded and protected by the National Guards, by all of the armed services, because they're going to be looted. But you best believe their lobbyists are guaranteeing and making sure that they stay in the ears of politicians to convince them as much as possible to vote to keep that and running without a problem. Yeah, I kept that as PG as possible, without crossing any red tape, because yes, that ain't going nowhere. You see now that is the liquor store regulation closing time is the agreed closing time across the board.
Oh yeah.
Nothing else closes beyond the time of liquor stores, which I think it said at like 9 o'clock. While we're in this current state of emergency, aside from gas stations for 24 hours, yeah.
I just saw it. It looked like sand.
But yes, so guys, quick question. And seeing because we can, we see what this chorus like at people dancing, having a good time there at football game, at house parties, and it's really no particular reason why. It's just because they can. They doing what is within their reach and within their age limits as far as being legal to act there. Excuse me, but they're having a good time. Now, is that same thing accomplishable with water? Give me your thoughts. Is this same happy experience based off them using water right now, the Sunny in this ad, is that believable as an attainable feeling of I can go out, while I'm out, I'm just drinking water and have my good time?
Yeah.
I mean, in reality, yes, you can, but in the video, it's not likely.
Acceptable, agreeable, I like it, I can jig with it. In reality, in the video, yes. The two differences, yeah. But as long as we can agree, then that is a successful accomplishment of behavioral change or impact, if you would, from this presentation, or even if you already were in that mindset beforehand. You don't have to have alcohol to have that good time, because we already know that it's the mindset that's going to influence how we respond to the alcohol. So it's no reason why we can't experience that same thing by thinking and thinking how we think while still drinking something such as water, because we know technically by definition alcohol is a depressant. So it's only digging me a ditch, if you would. Whenever I start drinking it, I'm beginning digging my ditch. I'm not building a staircase. I'm not elevating.
Crazy how he did.
Because it's, once again, a depressant. So while holding a grasp to the reality, once again on this word list, with my question from the previous slide about can we have a good time with water, what do we notice is crossed out on this word list?
So we have relaxed crossed out.
Cocky, talkative, smart.
Carefree. You said was crossed out. Crazy.
Uh-huh.
Less upset.
Uh-huh.
Goofy.
Outgoing. Jolly.
Less nervous.
Loud.
What are these terms?
These are like the. Which one was these? The good ones?
The ones that kept is the reality of it.
So what's the reality? The reality is the stuff we can't change. So that's
sleepy, slow.
Physical,
sleepy, slow, sick, nauseous.
So the physical effects are what's still up there. The expectancies is crossed out.
These are physical.
Well, watch this video right here. Just see what's going on. We entered at 11:45, 49. Dude falling off the stage. Nobody was paying attention, but he caught him. He already had a Heineken, so the bartender tried to refresh it. He opted for water. Dude was then there leaning over. Nobody was paying attention to him. He could have drowned, choked to death, or been robbed, just from the state that he was in. And then at the end, you see him leaving with the same person he made eye contact with during the actual entrance.
Yeah.
So happened to be, she also just so happened to have been the DJ in the club that night who noticed all of his actions and behaviors. So of course, she didn't have a problem going home with him at the end of the night because he was probably in the most clearest mindset and sober mindset that they could understand each other's sentences. So questions, guys, and we can all unmute right here on this piece. Can you still have fun and flirt by switching to water?
Yeah.
Yes.
If you want to, yes.
Yeah.
In the bar lab video, it didn't matter if the students had non-alcoholic beer, they still got drunk based on what we saw, right?
Yeah, everybody's drunk.
Everybody. And lastly, congratulations. I know the truth about alcohol's effects and about how alcohol marketing actually works. So kudos. Good job, guys.